Hey everybody, this is Kelly O'Black with this week's Stash It Monday. This is the inspiration piece, and I was really inspired by the orange and the aqua. It reminded me of these photos, so then I did a takeoff of those with my pattern papers. And then this is a sketch I also happen to be using from the 4x6 photo blog. I'll try to remember to link that in the description. So these are some photos of my grandson with his other grandpa and my daughter-in-law. And I'm going to start off by using that green polka dot paper from Chamel, her original collection, and that's the Reuben paper. So this is very old and needs to be used up. And then I'm going to go to that mountain paper. That is from Chamel Glitter Girl, and it's the Run Wild paper. And I'm going to fairly closely follow the position of at least the first two photos here. So now I'm kind of thinking about how I want to lay those out, and then I'm going to use that stripe paper there. That is from Chamel Starshine, and it's the Gemini paper. And I'm liking how that looks so far. And again, those first three papers I placed pretty closely to what they are in the sketch itself. Now, the one thing I'm not loving about this is I feel like those photos need some separation from the busyness of those other two papers, and I'll solve that in just a little bit. And then I'm going to replicate that horizontal element with that star paper, and that's from Chamel Starshine, the Gemini paper. And I'll add that orange border strip in there from the Chamel Reuben paper again. And I did kind of think about using that camera border that's up on the top there from the Glitter Girl paper, but decided not to. All right, so I did take my Creative Memories quarter rounder, and I actually rounded corners on this layout. I haven't done that in ages and don't usually do it, so it's kind of nice to have something a little bit different, a little bit of a different look. I am going to ink all my edges here with the Tim Holtz Vintage Photo Distress ink. I'm using Chamel papers, and that's her favorite. All right, so now I kind of have that. So I really needed to separate it, and I pulled that orange paper because it was the only orange paper I could find within the Chamel collections. Not that I couldn't have used another one, but I really liked the way this looked. So this is a little tiny bit of a cheat since it's Stash It Monday, but it is the only current thing I have on this layout. That orange paper is from the Chamel Box of Crayons collection, and it is the Breathe In paper. So like I said, teeny tiny little cheat here. And I'm kind of looking here. I was thinking about how I wanted, like which paper I wanted on the top of the striped paper there, that diagonal stripe. And I just liked it better with that little piece of orange on the top to kind of replicate the orange and kind of bring your eye, the orange, right up immediately. All right, so I am going to need to extend this star paper across. So I just cut it, I ink the edges, and then I cut it. So now you kind of have an idea of what the basic paper layout will be here. And then I'm going to take these older thickers. They are the glitter word thickers from the Chamel Glitter Girl collection, and they are the sparkle font. And I haven't used a ton of these on anything yet. I didn't buy a lot of the Glitter Girl collection, so I think that's part of it. I should just pull these out because I love the color. And I like the font because it's her handwriting. And I was thinking about titling this Super Awesome, but the word awesome is so long that I decide not to use it. So I'll just use the word super here. I do want a little bit of a journaling card, and probably more to mount a title on than anything else. So I do have this journaling piece here from Glitter Girl, this journaling card here, and I'm going to play around with this a little bit. It's very white though compared to everything else on this page. So I happen to see this journaling card from the Chamel Starshine Odyssey paper, and that's the cut apart there. So I'm going to take that because it just blends in a little bit better. It's not quite as white. The Starshine paper was a little bit of a creamy white. All right, so I like the way the super sits on top of that journaling box. And now I'm just kind of doing some measuring to see how much of a reveal I want, like at the bottom, how much of that mountain paper you can see below the top and bottom of the diagonal stripe paper. And now I'm just kind of putting my little border strip back in there, and I like how that really pulls the orange in. My grandson is wearing orange shorts there, so I really think that draws your eye to him specifically because he's the one with the orange on there. Now, you know, Grandpa and my daughter-in-law, or Grandpa and my grandson both have blue on, which there's a lot of aqua and some blue in here, but it's the orange I think that really pops it and makes you look at him. So that is one way to really get your eye to focus on what you want the main focal point of your layout to be, is to use color to do that. And then the other thing is I'm also putting that orange border strip right above his shorts, so it just further emphasizes the orange here. Now I grabbed my T-square ruler here, which I'm having a hard time making that work. I'm thinking the next time I do this, I should line it up with the edge of my mat, like the paper up with the edge of my mat, and then it would line up a lot easier than trying to do it with the edge of the paper, because it kept slipping as I tried to do it. I haven't used this T-square ruler a ton, so I will admit that I'm totally a novice at this whole process as well too. So here I am looking again at that camera border strip, thinking maybe I want to use that. And then I'm going to get the cut apart journaling card on here first, and I did round 2 of those edges as well, just so it kind of works with the rest of this. The only straight edge that I left was the border strip. And I decided not to use the camera border strip. It just felt too busy and too patterned to me. Now I want to take my title and I want to call it Super Fun. And as I'm doing that, I realize I don't have an N, and I really do want to use this glittered khaki colored, or light wood grain colored alpha. That chipboard alpha is from the Glitter Girl collection. It's the marquee font as well. I haven't used a ton of this, but I really like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that word fun to days. And I'm taking the D strategically to cover the word to do on that journaling box. And I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive, ATG adhesive from my, I guess from my ATG, right? to make sure that those chipboard letters stay on there, because they're already slipping and sliding a little bit off of the backer paper that they're on. And I'm just trying to get that word to sit down just a little bit more. Ideally, I probably would have made it sit up there a little bit more, but I'm not going to do that. The word days, so that it, I don't know, there wasn't quite as, so there wouldn't be quite as much space. Anyway, I'm going back to those sparkle thickers, the foam thickers, and I'm going to add a couple of stars where I think I want to have my embellishment clusters. And then I'm going to go to this cut apart and cut out a few squares here. And that is from Starshine. It's from the 12 by 12 paper pad. I don't know what the paper name actually was for this. So I chose a box that says You and Me. That's the pink one. And then I chose that ampersand box. And then I chose an arrow box there. And I'm just going to distribute those to kind of be a foundation for my embellishment clusters. And I'm also checking, I'd pulled that piece of paper from Glitter Girl to see if maybe I liked anything on there. And then I'm leaving that mixed embellishment pack and the enamel dots, glitter enamel dots from this collection right next to my layout, so I don't forget to add them in at the end if I can fit them in. Otherwise, I finished the layout and remember I wanted to put them on there. I am having a bit of a time getting these stars on here just because they're open and I don't like seeing more than one paper through them. That's just a personal preference. It's not that you can't, but that's just my thing. And then again, I'm inking all these edges as well. Okay, by the way, the mountain paper here is a little bit significant because they were on a vacation in a mountain area. So I thought that was kind of a nice little touch to add in here. I try to do that where I put little subtle clues to the story behind the layout. I just think it's a little bit more meaningful. So now I'm going to add a couple smaller stars here. And then I'm going to look at the mixed embellishment pack there, and that's what it's called, is the enamel dots are from the mixed embellishment pack. And I'm going to add enamel dots in a couple of different colors that are from the layout. At the very end, by the way, under the word days, I did add some mini letter stickers from Webster's Pages, the painted passport alphabet stickers. I forgot I wanted to add a little subtitle under there that says with Miles. So it's Super Days with Miles is the way it reads, and Miles is my grandson's name. So take a look for those in the still shots. And there it is. Hope you guys are all well, and we'll be back with another layout and project again soon. Bye!